Welcome back to the Practical Spirituality Podcast. We are so excited to have you on this journey with us, where we explore all elements of mind, body, emotions, and soul through the lens of everyday life.
Hello, Kim.
Hey, Gareth. How are you?
I'm doing good this evening. How are you doing?
I am good.
We made it.
We made it. We've done it. Another season under our belt.
24 episodes.
Pretty impressive. Getting there.
Yeah, from actually looking back, we've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
Like all good things, it has to come to an end. We couldn't continue season 3 forever.
No, we could not. And we need a much needed little break before we start doing some of our live episodes that we will do on our community, if people are interested in finding that.
Yep.
But yes.
Taking a little break. We have plenty of ideas of, I know what we want to do for season 4. And I think that's what's been interesting over the last few weeks. I think even when we got to episode 20, even we were kind of just discussing behind the scenes of how many episodes do we actually want to have in season 3? What does that mean for season 4? Timelines, just organizing our future projects. But in the meantime, we're definitely going to be over on the online community. And if people are interested, they can go over to garethmichael.com. And we do have something for everyone. There is a free tier, there is a paid tier, there's different perks. But the free tier, you do get access to the community and lots of little perks and benefits and just connecting with like-minded people. So if you do want to stay in touch and even have some recommendations of things you would like to hear us talk about in future, please jump over there and join, and we'd love to see you there. And it's just really nice, the idea to connect with people who have been following us on this journey and journeying with us for the last 3 seasons.
Absolutely. And I think being able to be in touch with like-minded people is important. And we really do want to hear what people want to hear us talk about.
Yeah.
And hear our take on it, because we do sometimes have a very interesting take on life.
You think so?
I think so. I do.
We'd love to hear your feedback on the podcast and the things you agree with, disagree with, the journey you've been on with us as you've been listening to our journeys throughout these episodes. So as I mentioned, there's something for everyone over in the community. There's the free tier and there's the paid tier. And we just love to hear from you so we can all continue to journey together and to continue opening up these very interesting conversations that I'm happy to say continue to have a positive impact in people's lives and have them questioning their own journeys and discovering themselves in new ways maybe they didn't think was possible. So Kim and I get so much from doing this podcast. Yes, we're going to have a little break from doing this season. We're really looking forward to the next season. And in the meantime, we're not going anywhere. You can join the community and continue this exploration with Kim and I until season 4 comes out, which we're not sure when it will happen, but I have no doubt it'll happen soon.
Beautiful. We'd love to see everybody there.
But to end this season, I think Kim and I would love to talk about season 3 itself. Because as I said at the start of this episode, we've covered a lot of ground. And I think it's only when we started to review all the different episodes, all the different titles that came rushing back of the journey we've been on over the last 24 weeks.
And I think it's interesting when we talk about what stood out for us and what were some of our favorite episodes.
Yep.
So I don't know if you want to go first and talk about what are a few of the ones that were your most favorite.
Well, I think what's interesting about, listening to any person's or people's podcasts is that the impact an episode can have on a person really depends on where they're at when they listen to it. Because I think that's been what's interesting with the feedback, that even if someone's listened to an episode from season 1 or season 2, never mind season 3, even though they've heard it before, if they've listened to an old episode today, it's hit them differently because they're at a very different space or time in their life now. And that's what I love about sharing these episodes, is because I think we listen to an episode when we're meant to, and it always has a different impact depending on where we're at. So even in looking back over the last season, there's definitely been a few that even though I know I look forward to listening back to in our conversations. And for me, there's been 7 in particular out of the 24 episodes that stick out for me. So from going back to the very start, the patterns and triggers episode, I think is one that really sticks out for me. Even another episode, healthy confrontation, living in the present moment, what we fear about fear, breaking down communication, caring what people think, and finally reparenting self. So they are the 7 episodes that I actually really got a lot out of, even in our conversation. And there were some really just helpful reminders that I know I'll go back to time and time again. So I know there's similar overlap in some of the episodes that made an impact on you or you enjoyed this season. So what are some of the ones that stick out for you?
Well, I found it funny when I was reviewing them, because I would say that all of the episodes that stood out that I really liked and I would want to go back and revisit are all very pertinent to my journey. And obviously, I'm still growing in those areas. So, like patterns and triggers.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the very first moment that I started to work out, that there were actually patterns happening in my life and the impact that that had, that I was like, oh, wow, if I can work this out, then maybe I can change some of the patterns that are happening. So it was a real eye opener. And I still get as fascinated with it today as I did in the early days, and also when we did the episode. So for me, of course, living in the present moment, that is a huge, as I'm sure anyone listening would know, that I'm always going on about being present and present moment awareness. Another one was, do we need hope, for me? So obviously, many times in my life, I've hit rock bottom, and hope was definitely necessary. So that would always have a warm spot in my heart. But another one that some people might be surprised about is feeling invisible.
Yeah.
So I really loved exploring that, because that also was an area of my life that I didn't understand for so many years. And then, of course, the breakdown of communication and how important communication is. I really love that, because that's close to my heart. And reparenting self. I can honestly say that is one of my favorites, because that is what gave me the most insight to myself when I started reparenting myself. So I love all those episodes. I thought they were fantastic.
I look back over the last season, I'm actually very proud of what we've created. I actually think we've had a lot of laughs along the way. We've healed and explored different parts of ourselves, you and I. And it's just really enjoyable sharing this with all our listeners. So again, I'd really look forward to continuing this journey into season 4. But in the meantime, as I said, we're over on the community. And even to hear back what episodes had more of an impact on you versus others, and what has maybe brought up in you and the areas you start to explore within yourself. And we'd just love to hear what you would like Kim and I to continue to explore, and even for ideas for season 4. So please don't be shy. We'd love to meet you all.
And I'd really, really love to get feedback on what some of these episodes brought up for people. Because I'm genuinely curious, Gareth. I'm genuinely curious as to, when people are listening to it, just what does it bring up? Whether that is they firmly disagree with us, or if they're like, oh, wow. Quite often I hear, oh, I never thought about it like that. I never looked at it in that way. So please come over to the community, join us, and give us some feedback, because that's what's going to make season 4 so great, when we can hear what it's brought up for you, and maybe we can talk about some of those topics.
Yep, couldn't agree more. So if anyone's interested in joining the free tier of the community, there's a link in the podcast episode description of this episode. You can go over to garethmichael.com and be guided there. And we'd love to see you over there. So thank you all for making this season 3 of what it's been. And we can't wait to do season 4. So thank you all for supporting the podcast. And we hope to see you and meet you soon.
Yes, thank you all. Thanks so much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, then you might want to check out our online community. We built it to offer you the comfort of having a supportive community by your side, no matter where life takes you. Connect with like-minded individuals through our app. Navigate each step of the journey together with us. By joining our Gareth Michael community, here are a few of the things you're going to get. You'll get exclusive real-time access to live recording and events, advance access to each new episode, the opportunity to ask questions directly of Gareth and I, input into what topics we cover in the show, access to exclusive content not available anywhere else. To learn more about our community, please go to www.garethmichael.com. Thanks again, and I hope you guys are having a lovely week.